Hello, this is Mr. Jarrett, and in this video I am going to be taking you through the Understanding Perspective Views presentation. So I wrote here that a perspective is a form of viewing or sketching in which vanishing points are used to provide the depth and distortion. So you can see here at this picture, a vanishing point is where the object or the features of an object, it kind of fades back to if you were kind of to follow or trace the rest of that. So for instance, we have a 1 point perspective where everything kind of fades back to one vanishing point, a 2 point where there are two vanishing points, okay, or a 3 point where there are three vanishing points. Now there is a such thing as a 4 and 5 point, but that is way more complicated than we will actually be talking about. And also, a 1, 2, and 3 are very, very common perspectives. So a perspective view offers the most realistic three-dimensional view. So sometimes when we're working on the computer, you might hear of something called an isometric. That's kind of like a 3D view. That is just a 3D view of the object that allows you to best understand it. It looks like it's not distorted or anything, but this is technically the most realistic. So it is slightly distorted because our world is slightly distorted how you look at things. Okay, so it says, because the image portrays the object in a manner that is most similar to how the human eye perceives the visual world. So for instance, when we look at a room like this, we're standing at the end of a room or down a long hallway or whatever, everything kind of fades to one vanishing point. Even though we know the exact size of something, it does slightly look like it's a little bit crooked because of where you're standing and how you're viewing it. Okay, so this is how your eye actually perceives the visual world. So it's the most realistic. Okay, so we have again a 1, 2, and 3. So this is the same object as shown in the three different ways. I do have a video here that I found on YouTube. This is a fantastic video. I would highly recommend watching this video, even though I'm not going to play it in this little video itself. And what you'll actually find in that video, or my explanation here, says that a 1 point perspective uses one vanishing point. Okay, and it's normally when something is viewed straight on and it's seen for a long continued path. So for instance, here I have a railroad. You see everything kind of fades to here. Maybe a hallway would be a good example, or a road would be a good example. Or if you're looking at something smaller, if you sit at the end of like a table, like a rectangular table, anything that is kind of the same shape for a good amount of distance, you can actually see the edges of it kind of fade to one vanishing point in the middle. Okay. The 2 point perspective, I said this is the most common, and that is because this is how you would visually see the common day world if your head is level. So anything that is on eye level is normally having two vanishing points. If you're looking around from side to side, what you normally see is things with corners or edges will fade out to the right, fade out to the left. So this is the most common perspective view because you have two eyes and this is your two vanishing points. This is kind of how your eyes see things. Okay, then if you're above or below something, they call it a worm's eye view, even though I believe worms don't have eyes. A worm's eye view or a bird's eye view, it's kind of how you're looking up or looking down. So in this case, this would be the bird's eye, we're looking down. So you see it fades back to the left and right, just like a 2 point would do, but it also fades down. We're looking down at it. Okay, so it's almost like combining the 1 point looking down and the 2 point of going side to side. And if you're looking up, it's the same thing. It fades out to the left and right, but it's also kind of fading back down here as well. All right, so that is a 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point perspective. Again, I would highly recommend watching this video because it's somebody else explaining it. And like it says, it's a minute long video. It's not that long at all. And it's a great video to watch.